the bad guy, there's never a point when you don't know that the bad guy is the bad guy. and them acting like they don't see it. You're screaming, you're like, come on!
Oh, you got bigger bags. Yeah. Then you have room for some shirts from dtmerch.com then. Man, why don't you go overseas, show them take to the people in another land the beauty of the t-shirts and the tank tops. Where you going, it's going to be hot, man. Look, he mad. He wasn't going to put that shit down. He was mad. He wanted to drop that shit.
I'm surprised he didn't throw it at somebody back there.
You can use cell phones over there, right? Then get a phone cover.
Man, he give away his position with that purple case.
Well, he said he could have it over there. Let's get into our next movie. Oh, Martin. Some people said, well, it's dead now. Them young teenagers and young adults in the apocalypse, fighting the good fight, fighting all these evil adults, trying to bring the world back to a good place. People said that shit's dead, man. And some people, they kept hope up. Right when people said it was gone, we still had them coming out in trickles. I mean, Maze Runner came out. Maze Runner, the death cure.
Yeah.
And people said, you ain't curing shit. Don't nobody, that movie didn't do well at all at the box office. It was a disappointment.
Right.
It was not the one maybe some people thought final nail in the coffin, but it definitely was not something that brought a resurgence of the YA or young adult apocalyptic movie.
No.
But the books are still out there. And some people like, man, look, I already paid the rights for this shit. We making this movie. Damn it.
I feel like this is, in World War II, like the war was over, but there were some of those Japanese soldiers in the jungle who didn't get the message that the war was over. Yeah. And the studio who released this is that Japanese soldier.
The Darkest Mind is a Japanese soldier, Martin. Didn't get the memo, didn't get the message. And who knows? Maybe it did and said, well, you know what?
Ours is different.
Ours is different. We ain't no Maze Runner. No, we got some shit to say. We bringing it back. No, we ain't laughing because we trying to allude to anything. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer for The Darkest Minds.
Ruby, you are very rare. Among the most powerful.
Martin, why is this at the theater? No, the hell with that. Why does this exist?
I get why it exists. It doesn't need to be at the theater. I mean, honestly, I'm serious about my metaphor that they just didn't get the memo. Because by the time, I'd forgotten all about the last Maze Runner, where it's like, okay, that's it, guys. It's done.
Yeah.
And what's funny about this movie is how hard it leans into every YA cliche possible. The post-apocalyptic. The kids have to be broken into types. Evil government hunting them down. It's all these things. The love story.
Yeah. Every YA apocalyptic movie that has been made is looking at this shit and be like, God damn it, I know you didn't. I know you didn't take my shit like that. I mean, broken up into factions.
Yep.
The whole thing of keeping these kids in camps, evil adults. What this is that, and it goes deeper, man. What this is that you have kids who one day, all of a sudden, they're born with power. Sound familiar? And the government has to come in and take care of them. Now, these ain't, they consider it a disease. But that's a hell of a disease. It's like, look, if that was an STD, I'd be fucking everybody. because your disease is either you are a super genius or you're telepathic.
Yeah, or you're telekinetic.
Yeah,
or you can control minds, or you can breathe fire.
You can breathe fire. You're a human dragon. I mean, this is the coolest ass disease I've ever heard, man.
And the most random selection of powers too.
Yeah, and the government has to come and take them because it starts getting out of control. They say these kids are dangerous, so they don't want to just kill them all though. And plus they want to study them. So they pull them in a camp. They pull them up in different factions. Of course, there's somebody out there, talking over radio. There is a place where you can survive and be yourself.
Yeah.
Find us if you can. The rebellion is strong. And it's like, all right, like we have seen all of this, man. And first of all, as Martin and I was saying, let's start out with the young adult genre. Man, y'all, if you talk about being late to the party, like the DJ is then packed up and left,
right.
and people are going to bed.
Yeah.
Like you walked into the room when it's dark. Like this is done.
So is this where where do we register? I'm sorry, are we a little late? Cause
you're like they knock on the door and you like, man, what the fuck, man? We asleep. I could understand if this was something that was groundbreaking, or
if it was being done 10 years from now,
or the production was incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, I can understand if there was something that stood out here, but there is nothing that hasn't been done better.
No, they took every single one of those movies, and even one that we don't even talk about because I'd forgotten about it till this reminded me of it, The Fifth Wave, and threw them all in a blender.
Oh, yeah.
And then just poured it out and went, here you go.
Yeah, and when you drink that shit,
yeah, it's like the one I had before, except it's all moldy now.
I mean, we're talking about ripping off young adult apocalyptic movies, but no, they can't even stop there. I tell you, if anything that has had a telepath in it or telepathic powers, Star Wars, Carrie, Akira,
X-Men.
X-Men, it exists somewhere. This already been done better. In this movie, they are straight up Jedis. They grab people and talking about, we're not the kids you're looking for.
I know. Pull a full-on Jedi mind trick. It's like, man, you really want to remind us of Star Wars right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
C-3PO is over there. R2, can you believe this shit? This is.
Oh, I say.
Oh, I say. Did you see that bullshit? R2.
In a way, this is sort of like a shitty sequel to Logan.
That's probably where they put it out. Yeah. That's the only thing they had.
Because of that whole thing with Logan, where the kids are going off to find this camp with other kids that they believe it's out there, and that's what this movie is.
It could have been that. But even then, you'd be like, well, this is still kind of a lame movie.
Well, yeah, because you'd be watching the sequel to Logan without
Logan.
It's the last thing you want to watch.
Logan 2. Where the hell is Logan? Who the fuck are these kids? We're talking about the production goes from plain to plain bad. And I'll tell you, there are moments when the production is okay. There are moments where they were saving their nickels and pennies.
Yeah.
They saved their money for certain shots. Like we said, you got fire-breathing teenagers up in here. Then they got this helicopter crash. They saved all their money for that. Outside of that, everything either looks cheap or it's sloppy.
Outside of that, I thought it looked like a movie you'd see at a festival.
Yeah, I mean they have some cool things. A dude does something with a tree that looks badass. That's it. That was kind of all right. But those
After Effects, but yeah,
even then that's just like that's not that hard to do.
Right.
There's a 13-year-old like, man, I've done that before. I can do that shit. They got Brianna of Tarth.
Brianna of Tarth.
Gwendolyn Christie, and. Beautiful chick, by the way. I know a lot of people look at her as that big old manly knight in Game of Thrones, but she's a beautiful woman, and also she's trying to be on the come up right now. As anybody on Game of Thrones is. Why she chose this shit, I don't know. She's in here for about a good 2 minutes, and while she's in there, they put, and you can't see it too well because it's pixelated, but it was the only picture I could find. They put the shittiest wig on her.
Yeah.
You can tell. Y'all can see that, right? You can see she's wearing that like a hat,
like a helmet.
That shit just flopped on their head like Muppet hair.
Yeah.
And that's on the big screen. I said, why are you putting this shit on the big screen? We can see how, if you think that looks bad there, wait until you see it on a large screen where you see the threading and everything in it. It's bad. I'm telling you, can buy that shit at the Halloween store right now and go as her for Halloween. She look like somebody doing a female cosplay as Negan right now.
Wait, is it actually crawling on my head right now?
Here's another one. So you have in the movie, you have Amanda Stenberg as the main character.
Right. Who was in the first Hunger Games.
Who was in the Newt. What's her name?
Rue.
Yeah. Rue. So she's mature. She's older now. So they had to get her a younger person to play her. When they did the casting, they looked at the hair and didn't look down. Because that girl ain't even the same complexion.
I know.
As she is.
I know.
It's like with her disease, I guess she had a skin pill or something.
No, man.
She's a beautiful. No,
I said the same thing about Ghost and Ant-Man and the Wasp. You're like, oh man, why you stuck on that?
Because they were the same shade at least,
Not
man.
really.
Okay, I'll go look at that shit again.
You
But I'm
gotta
calling
again.
on this right here. That girl right there is Lyda Jewett, and the little girl. She's a beautiful little girl. Even when she was
Yeah.
first on the screen. I was like, damn, that's a really beautiful girl. I mean,
Yeah.
you're mesmerized by her. But it took me goddamn 20 minutes to realize that the older chick was the same character.
Right.
I was like, y'all ain't even try. You know some white people casted this because they just looked at their hair and said, well, they both nappy. Just
Right. Well,
just cast
she's got
them.
another black girl. She's like, I'm half Danish. Well, yeah, we'll get you a Danish in a second. Okay, get these other little black girls over here.
Fuck y'all, man. Come on. That's
I know.
sloppy.
I know that is
That's
sloppy.
That's sloppy to the point of being almost offensive. I'm not saying that because I don't want the older chick to be darker. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying pick one.
Yeah,
You know?
don't act like we don't notice.
Yeah. When white people do the casting here, y'all think we don't see this shit just because you don't? We do. Next time, ask a black person on set. Like I've always said, if there's none, ask the caterer,
Right.
ask the janitor, ask the Lyft driver, somebody. But this shit is foul, man.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here with that. And the rest of the film, man, looked like some shit on YouTube Red or something. I'm not criticizing. I'm not criticizing something for being cheap. Like if you can actually make it work, make it work. But there have been movies where they play with the budget and they play with it smart.
Sure.
But here is just the scope of what they're trying to do. I don't think works. I mean, you tell me.
Yeah. Their reach exceeds their grasp as far as budget and the kind of story they're trying to tell. But although it's really not that complicated, I mean, mileage wise, they don't cover that much territory.
Well, it's what I mean by
having to show the camps.
Yeah.
Or especially the big camp in the beginning. I think that's where a lot of the money went.
Yeah, the big camp there, but later they try to give this thing of underground rebellions
Yeah.
and they try to talk about secret bases. There's a moment in here where they got a secret base. And they didn't even, it's just a house.
Oh yeah.
They didn't even try to.
Oh, that's right.
They didn't even
That's
try to
right.
dirty it up.
That's right.
It looked like a house was like they had an open house going on, and the realtor let them come in and film because they didn't. It was just their house.
No. You might have missed it. They did throw out a line and say this is one of our safe houses.
Okay, they can throw that line in all they want to. It didn't.
I know.
look
And no.
convincing.
I mean, I don't know how you hide in a house that has giant windows everywhere.
They would get caught because
Yes,
somebody would be
yes.
stopping by to look at this shit and try to buy it. It was. They didn't try. It looked like they just shot in someone's house.
I'm sure they did.
I mean, no, they did, but it's like a secret base to me seems like, man, make it seem like a bunker. Put some
Yeah.
monitors up somewhere.
Right.
Have somebody on a laptop.
You don't think of a safe house as a house on the lake with giant open windows everywhere.
When you still have sheets from Macy's.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah, the house had been staged for an open house.
they got flowers on the table. I mean, come on, man. This is a rebellion. And I just didn't buy it.
If you want to attract people to your rebellion, it's got to be nice.
No.
You got to have a cool pad.
But I would walk in and be like, this is nice. Too nice. in cheap. You know, it really looked like the neighbor just said, y'all come on in and film real quick and y'all be out by 3. Okay. I didn't hate it. I'll tell you that right
That's
now.
the weird thing about it. I'm watching it. I'm like, yeah, none of this is good, but I'm not hating it. I'm not even bored. I'm following it. I mean, well, I say I'm following it. I'm staying ahead of it because I know everything it's going to do. But
Oh yeah. You know, I don't want you to think that I'm hating this movie because I'm not. I actually think that the kids in the movie are pretty good. I think that the kids are actually very good.
they're better than the material they have.
Yeah, no, they really
All 4 of them, and especially
Chubbs.
Yeah, Chubbs is funny, but the romantic lead, the guy, I thought he was actually very good.
Oh, I did too.
I mean, he's a good actor, and I was just reading something up on him and how he's a writer and director over in England.
Yeah, Harris Dickerson is
Yeah.
his name. You'll see him in this clip that we're about to play. He's the lead here, and there's another Skyland Brooks plays the comedy sidekick as Chubbs. You know, when they get together in the film, you can see that there's an immediate bond between them. They really do come out. I hate using this word. But they really do come out as immediately as family.
Yeah.
They immediately have chemistry, right down to even this little girl named Zoo, Maya Check, I believe is her name, and they all the movie's still not that great, but you do enjoy following them.
I'm Liam, that's Sue, this is Chubbs.
Chubbs?
Charles to you. Yeah, you used to be a bit beefier, Zoo can back me up.
Damn, calm
Bitch.
Negro, calm your ass down.
It's crazy.
She's like, shit, I'm trying to keep this wig on. Shit, it's coming off. That glue ain't sticking no more. They have they do a much better job than the adults, and not because the adults are bad, but the adults are, you know, it's a kind of movie where we're just bad adults are we adults who just don't have much to do.
Yeah.
Bradley Whitford, and I didn't even know this was her. Mandy Moore.
Oh, that doesn't look like her in that photo. With those super dark eyebrows.
You know
and
what?
everything.
I think
that's not her.
I did pick up a picture of Mandy Moore. That might not be her.
I don't think that's
I'll
her.
I'll correct it in post. Fuck it.
Okay.
But you know, pretend like it's Mandy Moore.
Yeah,
But
I knew that was Mandy Moore in the movie.
Even he's looking like, wait a minute, that ain't Mandy Moore. He's like, I think that's the wrong picture. You fucked up. But Mandy Moore doesn't have too much to do in the movie. She's doing the best with the time she has.
She comes in early, like you think, oh, she's gonna be a big part of this. Nope.
No.
You see Bradley Whitford early on, president. Nope.
Again, we got to. Okay, I ain't gonna say nothing. No, I ain't gonna say nothing. But nah, man, you know, the adults in here, like and there's Mandy Moore. She's like, damn, you fucked me up with that picture. But yeah, she comes in and she's good, but she just doesn't have a lot to do.
Yeah.
Like I said, either you're a snarling, evil adult, or you just don't have much screen time, and you got to make best do with what you have. Mm-hmm. I already have sort of a grudge against these YA novels for always perpetuating the same kind of characters. In this one, I do like the lead. I like all the characters here. I think that guy is really good.
Yeah.
So don't think this is some bias, like some race bias I have towards him. It's not. But this movie tries to come in, and I don't know for sure, but it sounded like they were trying to do some big metaphorical or allegory for race relations. They were talking about how we should all get along, but no matter what our color are, because that's how these kids are separated by color: orange, green, yellow, or something
And
like
blue.
that. In blue, yeah. And so they said no. And even when they get to certain camps, everybody can get along with each other, no matter what color you are. And call bullshit on that because you know these movies perpetuate the same characters. You always have the black funny sidekick, or you always have the Asian, the intense or silent Asian person. You always have the white male lead, even if he's not actually leading. You know, the same generic white male lead.
Hey, sometimes you have that's not true. Sometimes you have the funny Asian sidekick.
Oh, that is true, Martin. Every now and he'll crack a joke, and people be like, "Shut up!" Not supposed to be laughing. It's supposed to be intense. But and then you always have that white male lead that always gets the romantic part,
Sure.
the romantic interest, and it's always you know, and they'll be able to do it with the white lead no matter what the color of the girl is, even though they wouldn't dare do that with the reverse role. They wouldn't dare do that with a black person. For these white movies, they wouldn't do that with a black male lead with a white chick. But you see it done a couple of times in these kind of movies.
You're really beautiful.
You know, I just kind of call bullshit on this, man. It's like, it's, you know, another reason why it's the same old shit against all these other movies that do the same old shit. I mean, in several areas, where it's like, this is why the whole thing has died down, because it's in a very quick amount of time, it hasn't introduced anything new at all. It's almost like they came out quickly in such quick succession to each other.
True, but it's probably more. You're probably feeling it more just because it's two movies with her back to back with the white male.
Boy,
lead.
they don't let her get near no Negro with it.
and both of the guys look a lot like each other.
Yeah, they really.
As long as you could just switch them out. When I can't wait to see what her next movie is. Just talking to kids now, it's not as prominent with them as it was with us.
Yeah.
We grew up at a different time.
Yeah, I know. We grew up
where it was more in our face.
We grew up in a different time, but trust me on this, the filmmakers, ask them to like cast a black man and put a white girl in that role. They'd be like, you fucking with our money now.
Ooh, you know what? We was thinking about, we're probably going to do that in the next one. But this is the final chapter though. Yeah, but oh, is that Charlie over there? I'll be right back with you.
Gwendolyn Christie. She's in the movie for about 2 minutes because they swore that this character is going to come back. That's what these movies do. That's what makes me laugh about these movies. You know, at the end of this, they talking about, oh, but the war has just begun. You ain't going to do shit. This is done.
Yeah, there's just like with the fifth wave that had that same lame, like a tiny budget, lame story, went through all the same tropes, and at the end is all like, but we're gathering strength, and we're ready to take it to them in the next movie.
You ain't doing shit.
Nobody's gonna be around for that.
It's done. Yeah. Y'all need to stop pretending like it's, especially this late in the game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna have a franchise. You ain't got shit. You're done. You lucky to be here right now.
It would have been blatant, and everybody would have been mad. But the best they could have done would have been to say, hey, to follow this story more, go read the books.
This is done. This is not going to perform well this weekend. This is not going to go anywhere. And really, it's not terrible. These kids are good, man. I really enjoy watching them work together in this film. It's just that everything here we've seen done much better before.
Yeah.
And I feel bad about that. These characters were in a better movie. I wish that could be the case. They had a better premise.
Or a more interesting one.
Yeah.
Just something different.
Yeah, it's a rental, man. I mean, it's kind of even a low rental for me.
Yeah, it's same thing. I mean, it's also got that problem of the bad guy. There's never a point when you don't know that the bad guy is the bad guy, and them acting like they don't see it. You're screaming. You're like, come on! Yeah, it's little things like that. It's things where something's coming at them, or they're being attacked, and they're running and getting killed. And it's like, I just want to stop you guys and remind you that you have powers. You might want to use those. Just saying.
Well, we ain't got the budget right now. We blew it on them fire-breathing teenagers over there.
Honestly, I like the kids, the actors themselves. They all deserve something better. It's enough to where, yes, I've seen worse things on Netflix. Mm-hmm. There's that End of the World movie that's been on. It's just like
the one with Forrest Whitaker.
Yes,
is that really bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard so, but I heard one person. This is brilliant. So
I'd watch this first.
Okay.
So that's why I also would give it a low rental.
Okay. All right, man. Okay. Y'all got. I'm about to put out a spoiler real quick for those who care. Go ahead and leave. But there's a villain in this movie. It's supposed to be the surprise villain, and the moment where you see him becoming evil, where they give it away, for some reason, throughout the whole film, when he's been shown, he's been all nice. He's been dressed up with nice button downs, very conservative looking, And then
Like a cult leader.
Well, we don't even know if he's a cult leader yet. He's supposed to be leading this rebellion, a safe place.
Yeah.
But the moment when you know his ass is about to turn, first of all, his eyes start getting shifty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Y'all let him use my computer, sure. So I mean, stop fucking lying. You're evil. But for some reason, his collar is popped. Did you see that shit? He was a bro.
Right.
He was a frat boy rapist bro.
Yeah. No. He definitely would have been fighting at the Cobra Kai gym.
He never had his collar popped until he started becoming evil.
Yeah.
Hey girl, so you want to come in and talk? You're like, run.
Yeah.
Shit, he's about to roof your ass.
Yeah, just lay down. Nothing creepy about that, right?
He was all over it.
He was. He was like Pennywise, the way he was all practically slobbering. He couldn't even wait. Like, you want to have them here for a week and, seduce them a little bit more?
Yeah.
Nah, man.
I was sitting next to Chris Cox. He said, did he give her telekinetic roofies right now?